Hello everyone. So let me share my presentation. So we are a lot in this webinar today. Thank you for joining. I'm so excited that we can present you today how to tackle the biggest causes of delays with Finalcad. And to start this webinar, I would like to ask you one first question through a poll, which are the biggest causes of delays on a construction projects according to you? So first answer could be quality or safety issues, late deliveries, logistical problems, compliance or governance issues, or lack of collaborations and communication. So I give you a few seconds to answer. Okay, so I think we can close it now. So you are saying, so for the most parts of you, late deliveries, logistical problem, lack of collaboration and communication, quality of safety issues, and compliance and governance. So thank you very much, guys, for answering this quick poll. And actually, you are quite true, because the common challenges that we met in the construction industry are mainly related to a lack of communication and miscommunication, lack of collaboration, and quality issues as well. Quality issues and reworkings of defects. We can see that there are some discrepancies between the headquarters and the site. All these results are coming from a survey that we have conducted in 2020 among 400 respondents, professionals in the construction industry, partly based in on-site and partly based off-site. And for all of them, they are professional from construction companies, and they are answering on plenty of questions to know more about the market, about the industry. So we can see some discrepancies, which shows as well that well, the construction sites are quite a black box as well between what the HQ is thinking and what the site is living. The other problems that we can see in the construction industry is the profitability. Actually, we have seen that there is an average of 2% of profitability on a construction market, on a construction project, sorry, especially, well, that's the case globally. It's quite representative, this 2%. This is the case in Singapore, in Japan, in France, and Spain, the 4 countries that where we have conducted this survey. And it's even more a problem because we can see that each year there is a 4% rise per year on the global construction cost. So that's a main issue of the industry that we need to tackle as well. And that's why digitalization becomes crucial for the growth of the sector. And as you can see in this matrix done by McKinsey, the construction industry is almost the less digitalized sector of activity, as we can see here, and the last one being agriculture and hunting. So meaning that well, we've got to move, and we've got to move fast. It's quite urgent for the growth of the sector. And actually, the construction industry is ready to go digital. So again, that's a result coming from our survey, which is with a question saying, how prepared is your organization? Is ready for your organization ready? Sorry, for the collection of big data and adoption of digital technology. And we can see that 95% globally of the respondents say their company is somewhat prepared or very prepared to go digital. So that's very important to see that the sector is not that digitalized today, but actually it seems to be ready to go more digital. So what do we mean? We wanted to clarify as well, what do we mean when we talk about digital readiness? And actually, according to a EY study, it can be defined through, well, processes and collaboration again, as you can see. A clear vision that brings a company to the next performance level, and also digital innovation and change that is conducted within the company, technical skills and assets, and making sure that the digital solution, digital innovation, is adopted well by the company and by the people in this company. So that's why at Finalcad we are focusing on this collaboration, and we have developed a collaboration platform since 2011 that is available for any industries, any kind of project, and that is designed to optimize the field experience for workers in the construction industry, in civil engineering, in infrastructure, energy, and many other sectors of activity. Since the beginning, we have raised $63 million to design and to improve our product and to meet as close as we can our customers' expectations and needs. We have conducted this among more than 24K projects with our clients based internationally all over the world, in Asia, in Singapore, in Japan, in many European countries as well. We are covering 35 countries with our customers, and with actually almost 120 employees and more than 200K users so far. So as I was saying, our solution, our digital platform has been designed to guide our customers all along the construction cycle and to help synchronize each phase of the construction, being able to coordinate all the teams with all the sites even centralized and shared with all stakeholders, being able to improve the quality, being proactive, leading quality controls on site and project issues traceability, being able to follow progress, which is the key when we talk about project delays. Project delays equals penalties, equals less of profitability. So if we want to improve profitability, we have to be very close to the progress and be able to share them and to, well, to deliver our project on time at the end of the day. And safety, because safety is everyone's responsibility. So accuracy and traceability of all safety matters within our solutions done by project and managing all the incidents and all the processes from our apps. So that's it on my part. I hope this was clear. Now, the best way to find out how a solution works is to have a ride in it. So I give you the floor back, Mandy, to introduce the next speaker.
Thank you, Udo, for the welcome address. Next, may we invite Mathis Baudet, Product Marketing Manager, Finalcad, to share with us his topic, how to manage your construction projects with Finalcad via a live demo of the platform. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm really pleased to be with you today. Before starting the live demo, I'd like to ask you a question as well, which is what is the first on-site step while starting works in a construction project? Okay, we are going to give you 10 seconds more. Okay, I think we're going to close the poll. Okay, so we have 24% for creating your control sheets. The main answer is defining the planning, of course. and then registering compliance requirements. And surprisingly, people never answer taking a coffee. That's great disappointment. Okay, thanks. So yes, the planning, obviously, that's one of the most important things that we have to do when we are on site. So I'm gonna now share my screen and start this demo. There we go. Okay, so just before starting actually the demo, I just would like to inform you that for all Finalcad solutions, you will define who access the app, what people and users can do within the app, how they work together, which means we are going to define with you a validation and exchange workflow between all stakeholders. Finalcad solutions work during any phases from the design to delivery and maintenance. And last but not least, Finalcad solutions work with internet, so online, but also offline. So network issues is not an issue anymore thanks to this feature. All right, so yes, we say that we need to share the planning as the first step for any construction project, and that is true. All projects all around the world have the two first issues when it comes to construction project, which is obviously gathering all the drawings and ensuring that everyone within the site can access, consult all the drawings, and then sharing all the tasks that needs to be done during the day or during the week and so on. So thanks to Finalcad, you'll be able to store, to access and to share all the drawings and to facilitate the navigation through all these drawings. You'll be able to navigate either from the left menu list here moving or from the display area at the right of the screen. So let's here zoom in apartment 37. It could have been another name. You'll define the name you want for your drawings. And then you avoid doing back and forth between the office or between looking for other teams on sites to pick up the drawings if you need to have more information which is not related directly to your own enterprise. So we fixed the first issue, which was, again, sharing the drawings. Now we are going to share the task, share the planning with all stakeholders. So from a list of tasks that you would have been defined earlier, you will tell people, you will inform people of what they have to do, and you'll be able, thanks to this, to actually track on in real time how far you're with your project. As soon as a task is done, you can switch the status. So either, there we go. So that needs to be done, in progress, and then done. And thanks to the color code, it's going to be easy for everyone to see whether the task is done or not. If you need to add any details, you can add a picture, add a comment. The thing here is really to make it clear to everyone how far you are, if you're encountering any issue, and to facilitate decision making, and then again to be really accurate of how far you are within the end of your project. So Ludo mentioned just before, Ludovic Buttiens mentioned before me that one of the main issue is collaboration, lack of collaboration and communication. So I am going to switch on my smartphone now, and aware of this, we wanted to provide you a tool that would facilitate and centralize all the exchanges between all teams and all stakeholders involved in the project. So anytime people within the project will be able to share any events related to the project, and the app will centralize and become the app will become your unique professional channel of communication. So as you can see, everyone can share any information, and as soon as it's necessary, they can create a new event. They'll pick up a category, for instance, coordination, they can take a picture or choose a picture from the gallery of the smartphone. So here, for instance, I'm gonna pick up that one, validate, and I'll be automatically geolocated and time-stamped. Then I can add a comment, for instance, surfacing almost done. And I can save. And the information is automatically sent and shared within the app. And I create one event after one, a sort of activity diary. As soon as I need, I can now ping someone, for instance, Ludovic, and ask him, please get your team ready. And this will obviously facilitate decision making again. And I'm ensuring that everyone is aware of what's happening on site. And thanks to Notification Center, I can, or the one who's mentioned, can actually access. Oh, there we go. We're gonna try to find. Yep. And this is it. So I can tap on a notification and I'll be brought directly within the event, so I don't have to look at for the events. Anytime I need, you can actually generate reports in PDF format or Excel format. So for instance, that will actually create a summary of your project. So here I just generated once. So you will have a clear overview of what's happening on the site with statuses, authors, contributions, percentage, and so on. We also mentioned that quality and safety is a real concern when it comes to construction. And again, quality, safety, environment, security are everyone's business. So that means that we need to actually implement a proactive and preventive approach when it comes to these topics. And the easiest way to ensuring that people will actually take care of these safety and security issues is to provide them a template library where they'll be able to create anytime it is necessary a new e-permit to work, for instance. So the same way I actually created a categorized event, I'll be able to now create a permit to work with for lifting here. Obviously, it's a live condition, so it's always when you need it to work that actually occurs. So I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to show the e-permit to work. It doesn't matter, but we are going now to switch for the quality. And the same way I was about to show you for the safety, we can again provide a template library where workers will be able to pick up the templates they need to, again, making sure that they will always have this proactive approach. And as you can see, the ease of navigating between all drawings facilitates the implementation of all these forms. If they need to create a new forms on the go, so in only 3 steps, they'll be able to locate, then choose from the gallery and select the type of checklist they want. So here, for instance, it could be electrical works installations. So it's located. Now they can complete it. So all forms, all checklists, all audits, depending on the name you have within your company, are fully customizable. So you could have a text field, you could have numbers. We are working to provide you calculations field as well. And then you have checkboxes. And as soon as a non-conformity appears, the app will inform you, this is what you're seeing, the red cross at the top, the left top of your forms, it says one non-conformity. And the objective here is to let you actually implement or taking an action to fix this non-conformity. So as soon as it is fixed, we can switch and then it becomes confirmed. Okay. Unfortunately, and this is something that occurs on any construction sites, any construction projects. Unfortunately, even though you're implementing the best proactive and preventive approach, defects may occur. So this is why you need to be able, within the same environment, within the same ecosystem, you'll need to be able to actually look at them as well and share them to the right teams. So in 3 steps, I'll be able to, again, locate a defect, choose the right category, assign the defect to the right category, company painting, for instance, and then asking them what they have to do. So here it's going to be redoable. And then the information is sent directly, exactly the same way we did for the event and for the quality and safety forms. Uh, the defect is assigned to the right team so that we ensure that the defect will be fixed very, very quickly. So now the 218th defect is going to be the same number for everyone on any apps. So we ensure again that when we are going to say, okay, the defect that has been created on the 14th of October 2020 for the company painting, it's always the 218th. Now, to facilitate the understanding of the defect, we can add some contributions. So it could be taking a picture or adding a picture from the gallery. So here we said redo wall. So we're going to precise, please redo this wall. We are going to say that it is the before state. So it's before any repairing. Then we can add comments. We can also add a due date. So here, for instance, we asked for a fixing on the wall. So probably 2 days should be enough. That's it. And now we ensure that we are going to facilitate the understanding again of these defects. And when the subcontractor or any other co-contractor will access its app, so I'm going to show you how it looks like. So we were apartment 37 and defect 218th. There we go. So when the subcontractor will connect, he will see a couple of numbers at the right of the screen, which is actually the number of defects not fixed and that needs to be fixed. So apartment 37, then we find the 218th defect that we created earlier. And now the subcontractor knows exactly what he or she has to do thanks to all this information and contributions. As soon as it is fixed, the subcontractor will be able to take a picture as well, saying it's fixed. So he can prove it. He will state that it is the after state. So sorry, it is in French. And say now it's fixed. So as you can see, the defect disappeared from the drawings, but not from the system. Again, we said that we are trying to speed up every repairing. So if it's fixed, there is no reason to keep it for the subcontractor, but it's still within the system. And that's what we are going to see by switching again on the main contractor account. There we go. So now if I go back, level 1, apartment 37, we can see that the 218th defect has changed of color. Now it's gray, and that means that we need to refuse or accept the repairing. So let's have a look. We can see the picture. It seems to be okay. I can now accept and sign as a project manager, for instance. And now I'll say that's the validation state. We all agreed on the repairing. So I can solve the issue. And again, disappear from the drawings, but not from the system. as soon as you need, you can share actually all this information, either for traceability matters or just because you want to actually inform your final customer of what's happening on site. You can share reports. Again, the same way we did for the activity diary, it could be in a PDF or Excel format. So here, if we want to see only the defects related to the apartment 37, I am going to create the reports. I can, if I need, actually add one of the quality control done earlier. So here we did that one. I'm going to add it, and should be this one. No, that's the XLS. My bad. There we go. So I can see again all the field filled in earlier with the answers, obviously, and then I'll have an overview of all defects related to the level 1 housing apartment 37, how many issues, so defects opened, fixed, solved, and so on, and then I'll find the drawing and all the information related to the defects. So if we go, then we'll see all the picture. There we go, and the signature. And I can share them or store them on a drive or via email. Also, we know that you need to focus on what matters. And that means that, again, if you're used to work on a ecosystem and a software environment, there is no reason to ask you to use something to work without outside of this environment. So this is why we allow you to create a meeting minutes when you're on site, and whether it is for customer meetings or for site meetings, you can create fully customizable meeting minutes. You can require some members of the project to join the meetings, and then you can add as many sections and subsections and remarks with priority and progress as you need. And as soon as it is done, thanks to, again, the same environment, you'll be able to generate reports and to attach other reports from the app. So let's say the report we just created earlier with the forms and with all the defects, sorry, you can add them and they'll be attached to the main report, which is obviously the report of the meeting minutes. So if everything is shareable via a drive or via email, it's interesting to actually see how it looks like. So that's one of the reports generated just before this live demo. And as you can see, everything is sorted out either by type of report, progress, observations, or quality and safety forms. Then they are organized by company, by level, by type of forms. So here, if we could actually have a look at one of the PDF report for a defect. And the particularity of this one is that you'll be able to actually track within the table all the before states, after states, and the signature associated to these defects. And obviously, as we saw just above, you'll have a clear overview of what's happening within all this level with again number of issue created, open, fixed, and so on. Then you have all the drawings, and finally level by level and zone by zone. We also said at the very beginning of this live demo that you will define who can access your projects and how people will collaborate each other. So from finalcad.com, then you can log into your manager. So I'm going to log in. and you'll access what we call the Finalcad managers. So you, thanks to these managers, you'll find obviously all your projects, and you'll be able to administrate this project. So let's go back to our project. Again, you have the location. Then you have an overview of what's happening in real time. And you see, I created today a new event, so I can actually see it with the picture and all the contributions. So all messages, all professional messages are stored within the system. So that means you keep control of your data and you ensure that no matter who created what, at the end, it belongs to the company, and you'll have actually the right to take a look at it. Then you can define some settings, add blueprints. Again, this is where you see you can define who can access projects and within what rights they are associated to. Then you can define the categories for your events. So if you need to modify categories, if you need to create new categories, you'll be able to do it. And it could be either for one project or for all of them. And finally, adding the famous permit to work. And what we are able to do for one tool, there's no reason for not being able to do it for the other tool. So this is why I'm going to switch on the other manager, and then I'll access to the second project. So let me find it. Okay. And in the same way, you will actually define the current phase of your project, and then the name, the picture, the due dates, then the users. If you need to add a users, it's as simple as adding an email address within the manager, and an email is automatically sent to the future user that will be in. Then you can associate him to the right group with the right rights. So here are the groups, and here is one of the last things I wanted actually to show you. From the managers, you'll be able to generate fully customizable reports again. And in the same way we did it within the mobile app, you can choose PDF or XLS. You can choose the type of reports you want. So either a classic one or a one with the table and the before, after, and validation state, and select as many criteria as you need. So here, for instance, the last generated was a regular observation, and then we can scroll down. You have an overview, all the drawings, and all contributions, pictures, and so on. Well, I'm done with the demo. I hope you enjoyed. And if you have any question, please feel free to write them, and we'll answer them at the end of all this session. Thanks a lot. I give you the mic back to Mandy.
Hi, thank you, Mattis, for an interactive sharing today. So without further delay, let me invite Mikhail Cossard, Solution Consultant, Finalcad, to share with us his topic, focus on the APAC market on safety and on PPVC. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, and thanks, Mattis, for this great demo. And now we will focus on two important topics, of course, for the construction, but especially for the APAC market, which are the safety, and more precisely the new safety regulation due to the COVID situation, and the PPVC construction. But before starting, let's do a poll. I will ask you to tell me, according to your own experience with the new regulation in place, what is the biggest safety challenge that you face today on your construction sites? So first answer, applying the new COVID-19 safety measures. Second possibility, reporting safety issue to the management. Third possibility, managing subcontractor safety. Or fourth possibility, managing supplier safety. So I will let you choose like in a few minutes. I still give you like a few seconds to decide. Okay, I think we can show the result maybe. Okay, so results are, first one, 64% of you saying applying new COVID-19 safety measures are the biggest challenge that you face today on your construction site. Second position with 50%, managing subcontractor safety. Then 25% reporting safety issue to the management. And finally, managing supplier safety. So, okay, I will share my screen now. Perfect. So yeah, safety was already, in fact, since the beginning of the age area, like the main issue on all construction sites. And today, with the new COVID situation and the new standards, it is like even like more difficult, more than what it was like previously. So construction industry, of course, was like strongly impacted by the COVID situation because this is an industry where we have a lot of physical interaction on site and require a lot of coordination, like meaning to have many people at the same time at the same place. During the lockdown in Singapore from the 8th of April until mid-May, only 5% of the workforce was still working on the construction sites. Now situation is like a little better, but with at least 3,300 construction sites approved by the BCA only started. It means that construction projects, revenue and planning went through really challenging times, and that it's really key for the companies to continue to be able to resume work and to keep the safety standards. In order to keep a safe environment on your construction sites, companies implemented the process in 3 main steps. First one is, of course, defining like new working processes. Like you have to rethink how you work, how you interact, how your subcon and your team are working together on the construction sites in order to reduce the maximum like all the physical interaction and to reduce the risk of contamination on your site. And I think like digital can really help the companies on this specific point, like creating the bridge between teams, keeping the communication, even if you don't have like physical interaction due to the situation. The second main step is, of course, applying the rules that you define in the first step. And it means applying, what does it mean? It means like installing the new process, record it, and share with all the stakeholders all the new process and new rules that you have to do on site. And finally, of course, the last step is monitoring. So verifying that once the construction site will reopen, it's to monitor that the safety rules are correctly reapplied on site, and record inspection and doing regular checks in order to first analyze what's happened on the construction site, verifying that productivity is not too affected because of the new rules and the new regulations, and of course adapt the process and come back to the first step of defining with like continuous improvement. Now, the question is how a digital solution can help you to monitor and ensure that safety processes are well applied and kept on site. Well, it's quite easy. In fact, like once you will get the approval from the authorities to restart the construction sites, you will be able to monitor the safe management measures thanks to the application. Every morning, you or your team will be able to track the morning routines on site and record of everyone, like, do they wear a mask? Are they cleaning their equipment team by team? Are they respecting the safety distance measures and so on? So you will also be able to record health check inside the same application of every site workers, thanks to a health check form, and share or notifying like health officer or project director if there is any case suspicion. In order to reduce like physical interaction, your site workers will also be able to generate from their smartphone cleaning agent and PPE demands. So the point is like really for SMOs to be like directly informed if there is any cleaning agent missing or mask needs on a specific area on the construction site. Finally, SMOs will also be able to record their own verification and to track and follow that all non-compliances are resolved in a short period of time. So as you can see, a digital solution can really help you to manage the safety rules, but also to review and optimize your internal processes. So now that we saw how a digital solution can help you to manage the new safety rules, let's continue on the second main topics, which is like the PPVC construction and PPVC process. So again, let's start with the poll. So question now is, what is the main challenge that you face on a PPVC construction site? First possibility, lack of communication between the factory and the construction site. Second possibility, quality of the modules arriving on site. Third possibility, lack of safety managing the modules on site. Or finally, track the progress monitoring of the module installation. So again, I will keep you like a few seconds in order to answer. Ten more seconds. Okay, I think we can share the results now. So results with the first place, 60%. The main challenge that you face on PPVC construction site is the lack of communication between the factory and the construction site. In second position, tracking the progress monitoring of the module. Then quality of the module arriving on site, and finally, lack of safety managing the modules on site. So yes, it's really interesting because yeah, like PPVC construction, it's really like a new way, a really like disruptive way, in fact, to build. And so of course it brings like new challenges, and like yeah, coming like the situation between the suppliers and the construction site is, as you say, like one of the key challenge. And again, this is where digital can really help on this point. So PPVC construction is yeah, a real change in the way we build. It's matching construction with supply chain management. So it provides, of course, a lot of productivity gain by reducing a lot the cycle time. But the more you reduce the cycle time, the more you improve all your process and so on. If you have like any lack of communication or any issue happening or any problem happening at any part of this chain, can generate like true damage at the end. But how can we explain the fact that this new construction process was adopted so fast, especially on the Singaporean market? Well, it's quite simple actually. So for the past few years, Singapore government itself has been encouraging the industrialization and automation of its construction industry through numerous guidelines and incentives. For example, government of Singapore released its construction industry transformation map in 2017. And this initiative was decided in consultation with construction stakeholders, professional associations, and chambers, institutes of higher education and trade union, in order to transform the construction sector. The objective was really to train like 80,000 professionals in order to, in like specific key areas identified in the transformation, and to offer better jobs in the sector. So this transformation plan was born out of the realization that it was necessary to transform the construction sector in order to better take into account current and future social and environmental changes. First main point is climate change. How to generalize the construction of low carbon buildings to meet real climate issues that are starting yet, and a growing demand from buyers. Second point is like worldwide, the rapid urbanization. We are talking about like 2 more billion of people on Earth from now until 2050, and mainly, of course, in the urban areas that will have to be housed in proper conditions. And for the specificity of Singapore, of course, this is like an island, so there is a high density of population on a limited territory. And like we can expect like 1.2% of more habitants on the island, and mainly like foreigners. And third, it's like the tools and the infrastructure now exist to help to improve all this process, and especially like regarding like digital revolution. The challenge is really to use the opportunity offered by the new digital technologies to gain in productivity and efficiency in one of the sectors with the lowest productivity rate. So what are the benefits of this type of construction compared to a more traditional way? First benefit, of course, is like on the productivity point of view. The fact of standardizing the methods and process of manufacturing modules in the factory, as it is done in the industry yet, allows to go like much faster on the manufacturing stages. Some of our customers have split by 2 the duration of construction sites by itself. And of course, like regarding like, because quality control are really easier to do like for each stage of the manufacturing process, there is much less rework to do. With this type of construction, we can dream of one day reaching like industrial standards in terms of non-quality cost. As a reminder, for construction industry, it's expected around like 30%, like the non-quality cost, when for car industry, you are at less than 1% of non-quality cost. So we can imagine the possible impact on all your project margin. In terms, in terms of safety, like it's quite easy to understand that the simple fact of not working on the ground and in an environment protected from bad weathers allow to drastically reduce the number of accidents at work. The impact on the project cost is also significant. With the manufacturing of the modules in the factory, material costs are optimized. It's a just-in-time approach, optimized production and storage spaces in the manufacturing plant. And finally, come back to the environment and ecological transition. Building off-site means and was estimated to like 30% reduction in the carbon footprint of the building construction, and the possibility to better manage building materials and their recycling. In short, our Singaporean customers who use PPVC construction site say they are saving no less than 40% on construction cost compared to the old way, to the classic way. Obviously, such figures make our developers and builders want to take a serious look at this subject. But of course, like new process and new way to build bring like new challenges. And as you really like say it like during the poll, one of the main challenges is really the communication between the factory with now a huge part of the construction process and the construction site by itself. How a digital solution can help facing the new challenges bring by the just-in-time approach. Our clients, thanks to our application, can manage like this really challenge, like just by tracking every modules inside the application. So it's use a system of QR code in order to have like one specific ID cards module by module, and task management in order to provide the progress status of each module at any time. And it really helps the field team to prepare themselves for the upcoming module. At project level, it helps to reduce the number of module delivery mistake, and on a more midterm perspective, to reduce the need of a buffer to ensure a true just-in-time process. So thanks for your attention. I hope that these few use cases help you to understand how our clients are using our app and how they're able to generate benefits. And now it's time for a QA session. Thanks.
Thank you, Mikael, for the presentation. So without further delay, let us quickly now get into Q&A session. So first, I would like to get these questions to Mattis. Does Finalcad work on all operating systems?
Yes, Finalcad is working on all operating systems, which means iOS, so Apple, and Android. And then if you need to work on the managers, like I showed you, you can do it from any browsers, so either Chrome, Safari, or whatever, as long as you have internet on your desktop computer. So yes, it works.
Right, thank you. So I guess this question will go to Mikael. Can we customize the safety reports?
Yes, of course, and this is one of the strengths of the digital and the IT system. It's like everything is completely like settable in order to match with your own internal process and standards. And so, yeah, from the process to the questions, to the reports by itself and how you want to retrieve the data in order to connect with your own internal system, everything is completely settable.
Okay, so next we have, I wonder, can the app able to upload the CAD or BIM format drawings? Will this be for Mattis?
Yes, yes. Actually, I wish I had enough time to show you how it looks like. But yes, we work either for CAD, so 2D drawings, or for BIM. And so we actually work with any format. So it could be IFC, so the open. So the OpenWrite format for BIM, or it could be a Revit. We also provide plugins either for AutoCAD and Revit. So we are fully able to work with any format actually, and then we'll work with you to implement all drawings either into the 3D to put it within the mobile apps. So yeah, if you want to see how it looks like, actually, I can only invite you to have a look on our website, and you'll have a better overview of how it looks like. But keep in mind that we work either in 2D, 3D. There is no issue for us.
Right. In view of time, I guess we have to end this Q&A session. Right. So thank you very much once again for your participation. So should there be any questions that we are unable to take it, we will respond to you. So if you would like to contact Finalcad, please you can visit their website, www.finalcad.com, or you can visit the booth. So we hope you have enjoyed the session brought to you by Finalcad. The next webinar session is at 4 p.m. Here, Associations and Consulting Engineers Singapore about greater digitalization in engineering design. At the same time, you may spend some time visiting the exhibition hall where 100 virtual booth is on exhibits. So once again, thank you, our speakers, and to all, thank you for joining us, and stay safe. See you soon. Bye-bye.